So I am with Dr. Cheema here, who's standing beside me. Now, would you like to know what Dr. Cheema did with me? This is what happened. This is how I was before, and this is how I am now.
Are you happy with this?
I am extremely happy with this, and I can't believe that he made me from this into this. So my work started on the 15th, which was a Thursday, and today is 20th. Now, this is how I was before, and amazingly, this is how I am now. Hi there, my name is Sunny, and I'm from London, UK. And basically, I came to Dr. Cheema to get my dental implant work done, and he's also done veneers all across the upper and lower of my teeth. He's just told me basically that I need to bite this apple. Now, I have never bitten an apple in my life before, so do not blame me if I'm not doing it right. If anything, you can blame Dr. Cheema for giving me an amazing smile. Now, I have no idea how to do this, but let's just give it a go. And this is the first time I'm doing this. Bearing in mind, I've never done it before. So, this is my first ever attempt into biting an apple. And I'm 29 years old, so yeah. Amazing. It actually tastes really good, and it felt really good when I was biting into it. I'm going to try again just to see how it is. My teeth feel really strong, and it actually feels really good. This is the first time I'm actually biting into an apple. This is the first time I'm actually biting into an apple. Well, it's the third time right now I'm doing it. I've already started biting it. And this is, in my life, I've never bitten an apple before, so I don't know the technique of how to do it, but obviously this is going to be a new experience for me. Getting this implant and the veneers work done from Dr. Cheema is a new experience in life for me. One of them is basically me being able to bite into an apple, so I'm actually feeling amazed that I can actually do this.
Good?
Very good.
First time in life?
This is the first time I'm actually biting into an apple in my life.
Feels good?
It's a new beginning. So basically I came here initially a couple of days ago to basically get a consultation from Dr. Cheema, and he did a full thorough examination into my mouth, and he obviously told me that what can be done and what can't be done. And he basically kept me rest assured that he's actually going to be doing an amazing job, which he did do, by the way. And so the process actually started off by him taking an impression of my mouth, and from there he basically made a little model of how my teeth are going to look before he actually applied the treatment. Now, the work that he told me that initially that needs to be done was that I needed to get an implant done here, and then he was going to do veneers. He also told me that there could be a slight possibility of me, him having to do some root canals, but he said he's going to try his utmost best, to not let that happen, because he told me that obviously root canals can obviously be a little tricky sometimes because you're playing with the nerves and everything. So it turns out that he didn't have to do a single root canal, which I was amazed about, because obviously I did not want to go through any process of getting any root canal done. He did tell me that there's a possibility that that might be the case, but in my case it didn't happen, so I was really, really thrilled about that. Now, so as for the treatment itself, I got an implant done on my upper left tooth, and there was basically a baby tooth down there, and he basically removed that and he put an implant on that. I did not feel a single thing. Now, obviously, people can be sometimes skeptical, and they might think that, yeah, you know what, when you're getting an implant done, that there might be basically some kind of pain involved. It was none of that. I couldn't believe it when he actually told me that he's actually extracted the tooth and he's put an implant on. When he told me that he's actually put the implant on, I was like, already, like, when are you going to take the teeth out? And the tooth out, sorry. And then he told me this has already been done. And I was not expecting that, because I was expecting there to be some kind of pain or something at least to make me feel like something is actually being inserted into my, into my jaw. But when he told me that it was done, I was so thrilled. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I even asked my sister-in-law, like, is there something there? She said yes, and then he showed me a picture of it, and I was like, wow, amazed. I was actually amazed. अच्छा हुने 30-40 मिनट पहले मैं थोड़ा नर्वस था अपना प्लान कराने वास्ते, तो फिर जितना मैं हुने आया या बाद में उठो निकले आया उन्होंने प्रोसीजर रूम तो मेरा अपर लेफ्ट से एक बेबी टूथ सीखा और फिर उतरा हिलता सीखा, तो फिर डॉक्टर चीमा का मैं आया सीखा और रिमूव करने वास्ते उत्थे एक मैं लगाना सीखा इम्प्लांट। तो फिर इनिशली मैं थोड़ा नर्वस ਸੀਗਾ ਫਿਰ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਚੀਮ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਰੈਸਟ ਅਸ਼ੋਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਕੋਈ ਦਰਦ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਦੰਦ ਕਿਤੋਂ ਨਿਕਲਿਆ ਬਾਹਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਪਲਾਂਟ ਕਿਤੋਂ ਲਾਇਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਚੀਮ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੰਪਲਾਂਟ ਲੱਗ ਵੀ ਗਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੌਕ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਾ ਕਿ ਨਿਕਲਿਆ ਕਿਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਦਰਦ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦਵਾਈ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਮਗਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਚਿੰਤਾ ਸੀਗੀ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਵਰੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਦੂਰ ਕਰਤਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਹਜੇ ਹੋਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿ ਹਜੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਪਾਣਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਡਰਿਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਕੁਝ ਸੁਣਾਈ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਕਿਦੋਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿਦੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਕਿ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਹਜੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਕੀਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਆ ਮਗਰ ਇਹਨੇ ਪਿਕਚਰ ਵੀ ਦਿਖਾਤੇ ਕਿ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਵੈਰੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਹੈਪੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੰਮ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਣੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਟਿਆ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਸਰਜਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੰਮ ਸਾਰਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਆ तो हुणे मैं इत्थे बैठा आया और मैनू कोई दर्द कुछ भी नहीं मैनू एहसास है कि कुछ होया भी हैगा मैनू so the treatment started on Thursday when he basically put the implant on and obviously it was a 4-day treatment and today is Tuesday. Today is obviously the day after my treatment which was complete, which was yesterday. Sundays they normally close anyway, so within 4 days they actually complete the entire process of building up my smile because that's what I came for and I am amazed and I'm actually biting into a Californian apple for the first time in my life. Now I didn't even want to do this because obviously it was a day after my treatment has been complete and because I've never bitten into an apple before anyway, but Dr. Cheema told me that you know what, you need to try and do this because I know that these teeth obviously are very strong and solid and now that I'm actually biting into them I'm not feeling no pain and I feel like my implant is solid and I'm actually enjoying my apple.
Have a bite. Feels good?
Feels amazing. See, you have to realize that Jalandhar is actually part of Punjab and Punjab is a very big city. Now, obviously in Punjab there's so many different states and I was thinking to basically go to different places to get my consultation done into different clinics, but as soon as I stumbled across Dr. Cheema's, I realized that you know what, this person actually is an amazing dentist because this clinic it looks so clean and Dr. Cheema is actually, you know, he's very like spot on. Like if you look into his clinic you would realize that everything is immaculate and is spot on and he wants to make sure that everything is done accordingly and perfectly and he gives you his full 100% undivided attention. Now when I initially went into Dr. Cheema's office he obviously greeted me and he made me feel very comfortable from the get-go and I was like very surprised and impressed with that because I've been hearing stories from my sister-in-law and my family members that there's so many dental clinics in Jalandhar where basically they don't really look after you, they just want to basically treat you quickly and then push you aside and then treat the next patient. But in Dr. Cheema's clinic it was nothing like that. He basically spent a very long time with me making sure that all my questions were answered, which I was really appreciative of. And when I initially came here, I basically spent about 2 hours with Dr. Cheema in his office and I was basically discussing with him all the potential work that can be done with my mouth because I wanted to initially have a smile build up. So he showed me like I would say roughly about 70-80 cases because obviously he knew that I wasn't basically fully convinced because obviously I was very nervous because I've never been to a dental place before where I've actually got any work done, not until obviously I was a young kid. So for me it's been over 15 years since I've actually got anything done with my mouth, so I was kind of really scared and a bit apprehensive. But when he basically realized it, he basically made sure that before I left I had enough knowledge of his work and everything that he was doing and that's exactly what I left with. But even when I still left I was still not 100% convinced because I felt like maybe there might have been another place that might have been better and whatnot. So then what I did is I contacted my friends in the UK and I told them to basically have a look and research into what are the best places in Punjab, in Jalandhar, in Chandigarh and all sorts of places where basically I can get my treatment done because I had about 3 weeks to basically get all this done. And so they basically searched everything and surprisingly before me even telling them about Dr. Cheema's, some of them said to me, have you been to Dr. Cheema's, he's near your house in Jalandhar because we live in Jalandhar as well here. And I was like, actually that's funny you say that because we actually went to Dr. Cheema's and I was convinced but I just wanted to know what else there was out there because I wanted to hear from other people and their research into obviously finding out the best place for me possible. And a lot of them said after that, you know what, I think Dr. Cheema is going to do a really good job. My sister-in-law who came with me on the day when we basically had a consultation with Dr. Cheema's, even she said to me, Sunny, you need to do it from Dr. Cheema's because I'm really convinced that he's actually going to be doing an amazing job because she lives around here and she basically told me that she's been through so many different dental clinics and they don't even look half as good as what it looks like in Dr. Cheema's. And if I'm honest with you, I remember the dental clinics in London from back in the days, and Dr. Cheema's clinic looks, if not as good, better than those in London. So when you come in yourself, you'll be really surprised because you will see yourself that he's actually got everything that he has is state of the art, and he's actually got all the latest equipment that is needed to make sure that you have the most safest and best procedure possible. Now, when it came to my actual work that was being done, I didn't feel no pain, I didn't feel none of that. I basically was amazed that the work was done so swiftly, and obviously, like, I was getting one implant done on my upper left, and it just felt so natural that it basically, now that I'm biting into an apple and everything, it just feels so surreal. The feeling is actually really, really shocking that I can't even believe I'm actually talking, and obviously my teeth are showing because I was so used to hiding my teeth, and I really couldn't. And Dr. Cheema is smiling right now because he knows exactly how it was when I came, and obviously he knows that I used to hide my mouth as much as I can because I had gaps in my teeth. And Dr. Cheema realized, and he addressed this to me, and he said to me that, Sonny, you know, he gave me the confidence to say, I am going to build your smile, and you're going to have an amazing smile by the time you leave. And he even told me that I'm going to be doing a recording at one point, and you're going to be amazed. And I was thinking to myself, like, well, we'll see how it goes. But now that it's done, and it was done yesterday, I'm just amazed that it actually came out really, really good. Now, in terms of me going to another place out there, I was thinking about like whether it would have been feasible for me to go elsewhere to get my treatment done. But one thing I did realize when I came to Dr. Cheema's was that there's not going to be any place out here that's going to be better. There might be a place that might be slightly, just maybe as good, but there was never going to be anything as good or even better, because I realized that when I came to Dr. Cheema's that the person that I met, obviously, he's just amazing, and he just makes you feel so comfortable, and he made me believe that he's actually going to make me into a different person. And surprisingly, it's only been a day. It hasn't even been 24 hours yet since my procedure has been done, but I'm already feeling amazed that obviously I'm talking without covering my mouth. I'm talking, my teeth are showing, and I'm not worried about it. I'm not, it's like it's built my confidence. And, it's obviously people that come to any dental clinic, partly I'm guessing they're coming to build the confidence. Now, with me, there was a lot of work that needed to be done. And I had a baby tooth on my bottom, in the middle, and I had a baby tooth on my upper left, and he put an implant on here, and he put veneers everywhere else, and I did not feel no pain whatsoever. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Cheema. You did an amazing job, and you've basically given me a new life, a new smile, and now it's like a new beginning for me. So biting into an apple is like a true test, and because now I can tell that if I can bite into an apple, I can bite into anything. And so I'm just amazed, and even my friends are shocked when they speak to me. They tell me that they don't think it's me no more. They're telling me that my face has already changed slightly from what it was before. And obviously, when I go back to the UK, London, obviously I'm going to be speaking to people, and the main thing is that they're telling me that it looks natural. It doesn't look like it's obviously like anything's been done to it. If anything, someone might say, yeah, it looks like you did teeth whitening, because I did go for the whiter shade. Now, one thing that I have to tell you is that Dr. Cheema went through every single process, every single step with me, and he basically made sure that he consulted with me before he did anything. When it came to the shade of my teeth, he basically made sure that I was fully satisfied with what I wanted. When it came to basically putting the teeth on me first, he basically put them on me, and he didn't fix them on, he just put them on me, and he said to me, he gave me time, he said to me, Sonny, sit down with your sister-in-law, spend some time, talk to her, talk to your friends, send the pictures to your family back home, and if you think you're happy with everything that I'm putting on right now, then that's good. If not, then I'll change something that if you want me to. If there's any adjustments that need being made, let me know and I will do that for you. And I was so thankful because obviously when I did send the pictures out to my family, they did tell me that they wanted one of my teeth to be slightly little rounded off from the side. And I told Dr. Cheema that, and he said, you know what, I will do that for you, no problem. So he told me this, and obviously that made me feel so much better because he gave me the chance to change something last minute when obviously I didn't think that was possible. And so he wanted to make sure that I was fully satisfied with the work that he's done. And I tell you what, I am extremely satisfied. One of the main important things that I forgot to add was that when basically came to initially deciding whether I wanted to go with Dr. Cheema's, one thing that really made me realize that this person is actually, is amazing, was that he told me that I needed to do a CT scan for my teeth, upper and lower. because obviously I wanted to get work done on both upper and lower, and he told me that when you go to the CT scan and then you get it done and you come back to me, I'm going to be basically putting it all in the computer, and I would see how the strength of your jaw, and obviously I can tell from there whether obviously I can, what work I can get done. Now, he obviously made me do the CT scan and I did it. When I came back to him, he looked through everything, and the following day he called me and then he told me that yes, he can do an implant here. He basically wanted to make sure that everything can be done accurately. And with Dr. Cheema, one thing that I would say that made me realize that he's actually amazing is that he's very, very precise with what he does. He wants to make sure that everything he does it perfectly. Now, I heard a story of someone basically that did their implant somewhere in Jalandhar in a different dental clinic, where basically they did the implant and obviously the implant was going towards their nose. Now, obviously we don't want none of that. So obviously when I heard that, I was kind of scared of it and a bit apprehensive. But with Dr. Cheema, because I did the 3D scan, the CT scan, he basically made sure that he knew exactly what he needed to do when it came to basically doing the work on me, the implant that he was going to put on my upper left. So it was basically, if you think about it, it was a virtual procedure where basically he knew exactly from the computer that he was working with how everything needs to come out. And even up to the time where basically I was laying down there and he was basically about to do the procedure on me, he was looking at the big screen, double checking, triple checking everything again. Even though he knew exactly what needed to be done, he just wanted to basically have it all on the screen enlarged so he can see exactly what needs to be done. And he did an amazing job. So me realizing that obviously this dentist in this clinic, basically they're using such advanced technology, which I never even knew existed, made me feel very, very comfortable. And that's one of the reasons why I definitely wanted to come here and get my work done. On Thursday, when Dr. Cheema basically was going to start doing work on my implant, he had to basically remove the baby tooth and then he had to put the implant on. Now, I was laying down there, I was kind of a bit nervous, but obviously before he even started the procedure, he sat down with me and he told me that everything was going to be perfectly fine, and he obviously made me rest assured that everything was going to be harmless and it's not going to hurt me and I'm not going to feel no pain. So obviously I was still laying down there, thinking obviously when it came to the procedure that okay, there will be slight pain, because any dental clinic, they will tell you that there might be no pain, even if there will be. So it gave it about half an hour, 45 minutes, and then after that, obviously I did not know what was being done. All I knew was obviously my mouth was numb, and then at some point Dr. Cheema said to me, okay, rinse and you're ready to just have a seat because we've done the implant. And when he told me that, I was so surprised. I was like, wait, have you even taken the tooth out yet, the baby tooth which is on my upper left? And then he said, not only have I done that, I've actually put the implant on as well. Now I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I haven't heard no drilling, because obviously you'd expect to hear some kind of drilling when it comes to implant work that you might see on YouTube and whatnot. But the procedure, the technology and the equipment that he used, I don't know how, I couldn't believe it. So there I was sitting down there thinking, has he done it? Has he done it? And even though he said to me he's done it, and I was sitting down there, I had to ask his assistants, like, has he done it? Then I had to ask my sister-in-law, has he done it? She said yes. And I was so surprised when they showed me a picture of my tooth, and obviously they showed me that it's gone and there's an implant there. And even whilst I was being shocked, he then showed me a picture of the implant that he actually put on, and obviously it was a big screw, and I was like, I was amazed. I was like, I couldn't believe it. How did this person put this on my mouth without me even realizing that this is actually being done? So basically the moral of the story is that you're not going to feel nothing when it comes to doing the implant from Dr. Cheema, because with the help of the CT scan that you get done and him looking at it from the computer via the 3D technology and the application that he's using, he does it with such precision that you as a patient would not even realize that it's actually being done until he doesn't tell you it's done.
Happy?
I'm very happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you've done for me. You've literally changed my life. You changed my smile, and it means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
So the treatment was up to your expectations?
It was above and beyond. I was so happy. I couldn't believe that you actually filled in my gaps, and you've actually made me feel like I can actually go out there and smile, which is something I've never done throughout my entire life, and that means so much to me. Thank you so much.
I'm very happy that you are happy with the treatment.
I'm not just happy, I'm ecstatic. Thank you.
Wishing you the best in the life.
Thank you.